Hi everyone, I'm MaryAnn. I'm a visual artist and voice coach from Singapore, currently in Singapore, and welcome to day 92 of my 100-day Live Your Dreams vlog series. So if you're someone who has a dream and you want to make it come true and you're not quite sure how to get started, you don't know whether this is the right thing for you, or maybe you've started and you're feeling stuck, you're feeling confused, you're questioning your choices. Well, I have been on this journey for many years now, and I'm here to share whatever I've learned and realized along the way in the hopes that it can better help you frame whatever it is that you're going through, such that you can continue to take action towards making your dreams come true, pursuing your passion and fulfilling that worthy and meaningful purpose for yourself. So if there's questions that you want to ask, feel free to ask them in the comments, or you can directly message me through any one of my social media links which are in the write-ups attached to these videos. So yesterday I shared about how a lot of times when it comes to personal development and evolving ourselves, we might have a tendency to think that there is something wrong with us now, or that we're not good enough, and therefore we have to improve ourselves and we have to become better versions of ourselves. But really the case is that every single one of us, you are fine the way you are. We are all fine the way we are. There is really absolutely nothing wrong with us, or else there is something wrong with every single one of us. And there is really no need for you to become better or improve. What we're really looking at then is, what is the intention that you want? What is the outcome that you want? What is the end point that you want? And in this case, if it is to live your dreams, if it's to fulfill something that really matters to you, then it requires us sometimes to grow outside of ourselves now, and to expand ourselves, to expand our comfort zone, and to take on certain skill set development, or any personal evolution or whatever that might be for you, in order for you to achieve that goal, in order for you to fulfill that dream. So it's not so much about improving ourselves, it's not so much about becoming better versions of ourselves, because then that is tied sometimes to our sense of self-worth and our self-esteem. If anything, if you want to use the words improvement, if you want to use the words better, then you have to quantify exactly what that is. And it's not so much applicable to us as a whole being, but rather the specific skill set that you're trying to develop. So if, let's say, your dream is to be an artist, and you know that you need to become a more evolved painter in terms of your technical skill set, then you can talk about improving your painting skills. So it's not about you improving as a person, as a whole person, that something is wrong with you and therefore you need to improve, but rather specifically in the realm of you going after your dream as an artist, you need to improve your painting abilities and your technical skill set when it comes to that. So then we can talk about something specific and something quantifiable that you're trying to improve and you're trying to develop and you're trying to work on. So this then becomes a little bit tricky when we are looking at things that aren't necessarily quantifiable when it comes to improving our skill set. So in the example that I've shared about being a painter and needing to improve your painting abilities, if, let's say, one of the trainings that you're doing is to copy a master painting, because this is something common that a lot of artists do, is they copy a master painting in order to learn their technique and their style and the skill that is involved in executing a certain effect. So if, let's say, you're measuring a quantifiable thing, then it could be the time that you take to replicate this painting. So let's say the first time you replicate this painting, it took you 10 hours. And then the second time you did that, it took you 9 hours. So obviously there's an improvement in your ability to execute this painting. So time is something that we can use as a quantifiable measurement in order for us to decide whether we have actually improved or not. But then sometimes when it comes to art or whatever your dream is, there could be things that are harder to quantify. Like, for example, with painting, it's not just about having the technical skill set, but it's also about the emotional expression that we can gather from the painting itself. Like, if you look at an artist like Jackson Pollock, for example, in his abstract works, it's not so much the technical skill set that can be measured here, but it's more the emotional feeling that you get from looking at his paintings. Like, one painting would not have the same emotional effect as another. So how then do we quantify something like that? Because then it becomes a little bit more tricky to actually have a measurable thing that you can say that you have actually improved. So in this case, then you will want to start gathering feedback from other people. So if you look at your artwork and you're creating something, you might want to get people's opinion and people's feedback on it in terms of the emotional feeling that they're getting from this painting. So one is that, when it's something that is not so easily definable, you have to define the parameters of it. So when you go and ask people for feedback, you need to specify that you're looking for the emotional reaction that they have when they see this painting. And then each time you paint, you could paint the same painting over and over again to try to get that emotional connection that you're looking for. Then it becomes something that is measurable, because you can ask people to rate on a scale of 1 to 10 how much of this particular emotion are they feeling from the painting, whatever that emotion is that you're trying to convey. So for example, you're trying to convey sadness. So on a scale of 1 to 10, when you look at this version, version 1 of this painting, how sad do you feel? 10 being very sad and 1 being not sad at all. And then, when you paint the same painting a second time, you go back to the same people and you ask them again on a scale of 1 to 10, how sad do you feel? So there's really no hard and fast rule for us to decide, how are we better or how have we improved. And sometimes it can get a little bit muddy, and that's why it's important when you're tracking your progress that you need to have some sort of measurable way in order to quantify how that progress has been for you. And again, it's not about looking at you as a whole human being and whether you have improved or whether you are a better version of yourself. Rather, it's about looking in the context of that dream that you want to pursue. What is that skill set that you need an improvement in? What is that technical ability that you need to be better at, such that you can fulfill that dream of yours in the long run? So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, or you can directly message me through any one of my social media links, which are in the write-ups attached to these videos. And if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel on YouTube or like my Facebook page wherever you're seeing this on, and I'll see you tomorrow.